Number 3, the Houston Texans. Derek Stingley Jr. is the favorite at plus 115. That continues to be a surprise because folks have him behind Sauce Gardner at a minimum, but not in Houston, not in the eyes of Nick Caserio. He's the favorite by a nice little healthy margin there over Ike Ekwonu and Sauce Gardner.
All right, I want to throw some things at you here and get your thoughts or your 2 cents off of this. All right, so, first off, again, this is a guy that, again, I got respect for. I like. I see some of the things that everybody talks about. We've talked about this a little bit, but his best year was 3 years ago. It's gotten not better, but it's gone the other direction the last 2 years, and there's injury concerns. Like, Mike, when I say all that, and the GM is Nick Caserio from New England, conservative Nick Caserio, New England, Boston, Bill Belichick disciple. Does that sound like the guy that they would take at 3? Let me take the guy that's just a total roll of the dice, hasn't played that good of football the last 2 years, and he's been hurt in both of those years. I'm going to go with the guy that was good 3 years ago in college football. Does that sound like a Nick Caserio, New England Patriot type of pick? That would just be my first pushback against that logic and that betting market right there. What do you think about that?
Yeah, as Pete said, only if he went to Rutgers, then that would be a pick that Nick Caserio would make. But okay, so then what's Caserio's pick? What's his play?
Well,
if it's not Stingley.
Yeah, well, I could see. Sauce Gardner clearly is safer to me, and as I told you yesterday, I think on most teams' boards, the 2 pass rushers, Ike Ekwonu and Sauce Gardner, are the top 4 players on the boards. So I could see that. They could go edge, right? Now here's the thing: I go with corner too, Mike. Here's another 2 cents to just like corner. You got Lovie Smith. Lovie Smith traditionally has not believed in the shut-down, high-priced corner, right? Remember when he got to Tampa and they had Darrelle Revis, and he was like, why do we pay him so much? I play cover 2. He's not even going to have to play man-to-man. So can we get him off the team and trade him or get rid of him? And that's where I also go, wait, there's a double whammy there where the Derek Stingley and the corner thing, I don't know. They got issues on the offensive line. I could certainly see them trying to take one of the other tackles left over, whether that's Neal or Charles Cross. I would not be shocked by that at all.
They've got Laramie Tunsil. They gave up a lot to get Laramie Tunsil.
Yep.
They paid him a lot of money,
Yep.
and you said not that long ago that, he's only 27. I was stunned to see that.
Right.
He's still got plenty of years left in him. But again, it's the AFC. Not everyone, not the Texans or the Jaguars, but most of the teams have a great offense.
Yeah.
Or they're working toward having a great offense. So the assets need to be invested on the offensive side of the ball. Same analysis we went through with the Jacksonville Jaguars applies to the Houston Texans. And you're right. You don't make a risky pick. You don't pick a guy on a potential
like that
flashed 3 years ago.
Right.
That has so much to do.
Exactly.
So many needs.
Exactly.
You can't afford to get this one wrong.
Exactly. That to me is where I kind of look at it. It just doesn't line up that way, at least in just, my knowledge of the NFL, knowing some of these people. So then you get into, but they could be sitting there, Mike, with the way we just talked about it, Ickey, Aiden Hutchinson, number 2, all of a sudden going, wait, we kind of thought we were going to go O-line here or something like that, but Trayvon Walker's on the board still. If it goes the way we talked about here. So that's where it's also interesting to go, oh, yeah, I think there's maybe more of a need on the offensive line, but the defensive line and edge guys in Houston, it's nothing special there. They got, good players, but nothing that's like you go, oh, wow, we got a game plan to stop this guy or anything that way. Jordan Jenkins. They got the kid they drafted out of Florida, Jonathan Greenyard, who's a pretty good pass rusher. But, again, these aren't Trayvon Walker. So that's where this is an interesting pick to me, number 3. This could go a lot of different ways.
We know how critical it is to have a great defensive line and a great pass rush. But you know what? It's not as important if you're not a contender. It's more important if you're a contender because that's when that defensive line comes in the most handy in the postseason when you need a stop, when you need to swallow up a Patrick Mahomes in a Super Bowl, for example.
Yeah.
To become a contender, the building blocks to becoming a contender I think, are on the offensive side of the ball in today's NFL.
Yeah.
I mean, look, Myles Garrett, first overall pick in 2017.
Yeah.
And he's worked out for the Browns. How many times have they been to the playoffs?
Yeah, I hear you.
During Myles Garrett's career.
Yeah.
Right? I think you're building blocks for being relevant and getting to the playoffs on a regular basis in the NFL today are on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
We're solving the whole world's problems today, baby.
That's what we're here for.
You know what? We've solved this draft. Let's go ahead and focus on the 2023 draft with our countdown clock.
Let's do it.
We don't need to worry about this one. I wonder if Spencer Rattler will be. Wouldn't that be the ultimate irony?
Right.
Spencer Rattler is the number 1 overall pick next year after all.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.